We are live. Gonna wait till YouTube sends out notifications as always. It's gonna take a minute. I am driving to my DoorDash zone. Starting a little late today. Had stuff to do earlier. Personal life, family stuff, but everything's all good. You know, it just comes to the territory of living life. I'm on my way to my DoorDash zone right now, about 15 minutes away or so, but I decided to go live and talk about a topic that came to mind today. The car behind me is trying to frantically get into the left lane. I'm going straight. What up, Carlos? How's it going, man? I was just watching your stream about mental health. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, man, people are jaywalking like crazy on this crazy busy street. What are you guys doing? You guys have a death wish? I don't know. I'm not gonna run them over. Someone distracted, like texting or on the phone or scrolling social media might. You look younger with that shave. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I personally like having facial hair, and especially with this angle, it shows my double chin, so not very flattering. Yeah, it'll grow back. So my two things that grow really quick on me are my nails and my hair. Although I've never been a hairy person, so I don't know. Did I miss any comments? No. We're at 3 minutes now. I'll give it a couple more minutes before I get into the topic. How's the day going, Carlos? You working today? Carlos says I need to shave all the time, but people say I look great with the beard. Yeah, I think you look better with some facial hair as well. I think it's one of the benefits of being a man. We get to show off our masculinity with hair, with facial hair. Let me see if my zone lit up red yet. No, I still can't dash along the way. That sucks. I mean, it is almost 3:30 p.m., so it's not during the busy time, but still would have been nice to be able to dash along the way. My first dash ends at 3:30, so if I can get there, even with like a couple minutes to spare, maybe I can sneak an order in. Because I had that 15-minute gap between 3:33 and 3:45, so I can use that gap to complete one order. As long as decent order, I'll take it because I need to catch up on my monthly 100 deliveries for this month. Alright, I'll get started on top because I might dash to I might get to my zone. I might get an order super quick. So, basically, I wanted to talk. What I want to talk about in the stream is that our parents or even our current demographics, like our age, people in our age group or younger, we like to compare generations. Like, oh, my generation had it harder than yours, or oh no, my generation has it harder than yours because we have been buried by or crippled by student loan debt, or no, my generation has it harder because my parents can't make enough money or they can't buy a house because they're buried in debt. So we tend to compare these, you know, these generational differences. Honestly, I think each in my humble and strong opinion, I believe that we all have our differences. Every generation has a challenge. For example, like our parents' generation, yeah, they might have had better income stability and benefits and pensions and all this stuff for when they retired, but also at the same time, they probably, couldn't spend as much time as they want to with their family because nowadays, my generation, we have something called gig work. We have DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, Instacart, Uber Rideshare, Lyft, all this good stuff, and the pay not be great, but also, what I'm seeing from my generation is that they're valuing their time and their money, or their time and their experience with people over money, and so I think I think my our parents' generation, they the thing is that, okay, so when it comes to comparing generations, what a lot of people do is that they look at the pros of other people's generations and they look at the cons of theirs. So it's somewhat, their perspective is somewhat diluted and biased, in my opinion, biased in a negative way, because they don't usually or typically realize how blessed they are in their own right with their own generation. Like our generation, or our parents' generation, they might have not had social media, but they also had a lot more face-to-face interaction, which is something that we really need as human beings. But when it comes to our generation, yeah, social media is great, but also it has a downside. I'm a strong believer that every generation, everything in life has its pros and cons, but our human instincts tend to default to the negative way of thinking, because that's how we've survived over the years as humans. Did I miss any comments while I was blabbering? No. All right, let me get into my dash before it ends. Let me see if I can get an order real quick. We'll resume the conversation. Dash now. All right, let's see if we get an order next 4 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Pause that. Sorry guys, stand by. Some of you guys may know that song. It was getting hot in here. No, I just realized that was a Nelly reference. I was trying to do that. That wasn't intentional. I feel like this period in history is best for my lifestyle preferences. Good music. Yeah. Wow, the 7-Eleven on the corner of in my market opened up. They have a huge Slurpee sign. Not a sign, but it's like an actual Slurpee on the top of the roof. That's crazy. I'm gonna park by Chick-fil-A because I feel like I have the best chance of getting an order next 3 minutes by parking next to Chick-fil-A. So Carlos thinks that this generation is best suited for his needs. Do you think you say that because you're raised in his generation and a lot of the way you think? $46. Holy crap. 6 items. It's going pretty, not far. It's going 13 miles, but $46 for 6 items. What the hell did they order? I gotta look real quick before the timer runs out. I don't know how I would even find these items. They're shoes, different sizes. I would have to shop for these. You'll need a red card for these, or shop for the items. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to shop for. Yeah, I wish I could take this, but I took a screenshot. That would take me like 2-3 hours to shop for because it was 6 items, but they had like a bunch of shoes with different sizes and like wide width, and like these are things that are not easy to find or they might not even have in stock. This was the order. 6 items, 15.3 miles for 46.50. Payout's great, but I don't know. Would you guys have taken it? I don't know. It's I should have taken a I wish I had taken a screenshot of the orders. They must tip really well because they need it. Chick-fil-A, what is this? 9 miles, or sorry, 8 miles, 15.50. It's taking me way out of my zone. Where's it going? I could probably do this since I have time. Let's see, it's 12-mile drive there. What did they order? Frosted coffee, fries, a meal, 2. Jesus, how many drinks do they have? One, there's 2, 3, 4 drinks. I guess I'll do it better than sitting on my ass doing nothing for the next 15 minutes. I took it. And also give me a chance to talk with you guys. 1 frosted coffee, 2 Sprites, or 2 medium Sprites. And what's the 4th drink? Oh, brewed iced tea. Okay. Not my favorite area to go to, but I don't mind going there during the day. I just won't go there at night. Not the best order, but it'll give me a, especially if there's a hidden tip, it'll give me a nice shot to the arm to start my shift. Carlos says, because a bachelor like myself who prefers to live alone is no longer looked down upon as a more open-minded society. But do you think that based on current economic conditions that's why you want to you want to live alone? Because I think that you do want to live alone, but I don't think it's because of or it might not necessarily be because you would have wanted to, you know, if you were born in a different generation, because different generations or previous generations had different mindsets. I do believe that, you know, based on our societal experiences or our experience as a young adult or even as a childhood, influence the way we think later on in life. So I don't know if you would have wanted to live alone if you were born in the 70s or 80s. Regardless of whether or not, wow, dude, stop, man. I almost hit that car because he didn't want to stop coming out of Chick-fil-A. Why is it oh. It said something on an associate. I should have read that. But it said I'd shop more, or I don't think it's pick up. I know my case is unique, but even as a child, I used to dream about living alone. Okay, that's... I still believe that if you were born in a different generation during a different time, I don't think you would have necessarily wanted to live alone right off the bat. I think that, yo, what up, Brandon's and Brances, go get that money. Yeah, exactly. I just took this order because my shift was gonna end at 3:30. It was 3:29. I'm like, all right, I'll take it. And it'll give me time to do this video as I drive over there and back. So it works out. Or I should say I made it work, because it's not a great order. It's not a horrible order, but it's not great either. I wouldn't take it regardless. I know my case is unique. Oh, I read that one. But yeah, you know, this whole thing about like, oh, my generation had harder or your generation has easier, it's all BS. It's all BS because every generation has its own challenges. Every generation has its own battles. For those of you guys who missed it earlier, I was talking about how yeah, our parents might have had, you know, or our parents' generation might have had more stability, better income and things like that. Better, you know, better career options, I guess, or financial options. You know, most of the time they probably they weren't able to spend as much time as they wanted to with their family because they were stuck working 9 to 5. Now we have gig work, so we see a lot of people working gig work, and they value their time and their experience over money, so they live a more minimalistic life. What's the pickup time on this thing? Because it's not a huge order, but oh, it's 3:33. Let me go check on this order. I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. It's freezing again today. God help me. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I ended up unassigning that order because it was just a zoo in there, and with the amount of time that I would have had to wait, as well as delivery time to go there, drive 8 miles to come back, it wasn't. It was gonna cut into my dinner shift, so I just unassigned. I don't like unassigning orders, but I had to. This just Chick-fil-A location. My market's pretty good, but I guess it's Saturday, so they also seemed understaffed. They didn't seem like they had all the employees that they usually do, or the same number of employees. I'm gonna get away from Chick-fil-A and go to the part of my market where I usually go for dinner. I'll log back on in 5 minutes anyway, so. There were drivers there that had been there when I got there. Even they were waiting like 10-15 minutes. I was like, there's no way this order's gonna be ready next few minutes. They had like one person bagging all those orders. I'm like, it's gonna take forever. I've never worked at a restaurant, but I've worked in retail sales, and I'm very familiar with something called the coverage. And they're definitely understaffed today. And people just walking without looking. So where were we? Every generation has battles. Carlos says I'm fixing a plumbing issue at work while listening to the stream. Okay, that's awesome. Does the place you work at not have a maintenance crew? Because the thing with plumbing issue, unless it's like a super simple fix, you can really mess something up if you don't know what you're doing. That's how it is when it comes to blue collar stuff like tradesman work. Because my father's a electrical contractor, and he always tells me about like how people call him after they've tried fixing, and it's gonna cost them double because it's just gonna take more time, more labor, more parts to fix to undo the mess that they did when they tried to fix it in the first place. So yeah, if it was me, I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't want to be held responsible for something I'm not trained to do. I help with disabled individuals, so I have to go his basic home. I do his basic home maintenance cooking. But what is it that you're trying to fix? Or like, are you trying to replace a pipe, or are you just trying to replace like a knob on the sink or something? There's different, if it's just a clog. Oh, okay, that's different then. I thought you were trying to like go underneath and try to replace the pipe or something without turning the water out. I was like, dude, it's gonna turn into a bigger issue, so don't get yourself involved in that. But if it's a clog, yeah, that's just like basic plumbing stuff. When he said plumbing issue, I was like, what kind of issue? Oh yeah, hopefully I'm heading to them also. Hopefully the stream doesn't get disconnected or whatever, but because signal can be tough there. So Carlos says that he's always wanted to live alone. I think a lot of people are choosing to live alone or not get married at least. This generation, because expenses are so high, and I think social media and dating apps have had a lot to do with it. People could just open up an app and go find a significant other, or at least potential. I think that's a false thing. Like, yeah, sometimes it works, but just because you might be in relationships that's not working out now, and you're refusing to work things out just because you think you can open up an app, doesn't mean that you're gonna find a partner that's compatible and suitable with you. So I think that those apps, I think those apps give false hope. Does it work out for some people? Sure. Does it work out for most or all people? No. For every person that finds a match, like a real match, not like hookup for the night. There's 50 people saying that I can't find anyone and it's a waste of time. So some people might say that, these dating apps are a pro for this generation instead of a con. Everyone's gonna, rate it based on their experiences. And these apps are basically a game. You have to, talk to and get consulted by people who do really well in this app because they know the type of photos to use. Like a lot of people go find a professional photographer to with the right background, the right angles and all that stuff to make their photos really good, because that's what stands out in a dating app. Damn, this mall's packed. Because that's what helps stand out, because dating apps are basically, it's, the photos are what stand out. So if you have an average photo and someone's comparing it to someone who has professional photos done at the beach or I don't know, anywhere else that's scenic, they're probably going to pick the other person. What up, Nova? How's it going? Is it 3:40? Okay, 3:46. I can dash now. What do you guys think? Some of the challenges that one item, 6.6 miles, 1025. I'm not gonna take that. Wow, this mall is super packed. It's even more packed than yesterday. Can't wait for the holidays are over for this mall to not be packed anymore. Walgreens. I do not like that Walgreens. They always have issues and I can't get cell signal now. Plus going to a college student. I ain't taking that. I'm at the mall. There's like 50 restaurants here. Give me something from here, DoorDash. I'm not gonna drive back where I came from just for $6 and to deal with Walmart's not Walmart, Walgreens. To deal with Walgreens, because last time I picked up an order from there, their computers kept freezing. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, well, should I assign it? But luckily for me, it worked. Stonefire. Let's see. This should be a good order. Stonefire usually has good tips. It's going to. I hate this area. What did I order? Is it a $100 order or more? Carrot cake and pasta. It's all meal for one. Yeah, I'm good. Carrot cake and pasta. Someone's having a good lunch. Someone else can deliver that. We got Earl Sweekenhouse. What's going on, Earl? Appreciate you stopping by. Why are these orders all so far? They're all taking me out of my zone. 5 miles for $9.50. 5.2 miles for $9.50. No. I'm gonna turn my car off. Might be a while before I get my next order if it keeps going at this rate. They keep trying to send me out of my zone, or orders that are just not worth my time. Well, so again, they're trying to send me out of my zone. Actually, no. This one's going to the college student area. 2 sodas, 2 grilled chicken breasts, and 2 pasta. 6 items. See, if I knew to tip on this one, if I knew that they tipped well, I'd do it. But again, it's a crapshoot. I'm gonna decline it. The reason why I can decline so many orders is because I'm in a busy market. And someone just did donuts in the middle of the street in front of the mall. That's great. Sorry, guys, I'm getting off topic here. What do you guys think some of the challenges that we have in our generation, and some of the challenges that our parents or grandparents had in their generation? Because every generation had its good and bad things, just like everything else in life. Everything in life has its pros and cons. No, that's way too far. 13 miles for $17.25. I'm good. I doubt that's a hidden tip because it's not even $2 a mile. I'm not gonna drive way out of my zone to a different zone and then come back. That's basically like a 25-mile run for 17 bucks, assuming that it doesn't go up. I don't think it will. Because for me, the way I know whether or not it's gonna be a hidden tip in my market is the dollars to mile ratio. Hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a copyright claim or copyright strike for that guy playing music on his bike. How long have we been on for? Wow, half an hour. I don't feel like we haven't covered much. That Dick's Sporting Goods order was crazy, man. $46.50 for 13 miles, but they ordered stuff that they're probably not gonna have. It has like shoes, and it was mostly shoes, different size shoes, and they weren't regular shoes. Like I'm pretty good with shoes, and they had all these obscure models with like 10 size 10 wide fit. Like, bro, like, I don't know. That's a tough shoe to find. Walgreens, no, I'm not gonna do this order because this is a new offer screen and they're not telling me what's in there. If it's like 3 items and 11 units, then yeah, but they're not telling me what's in the offer. That Walgreens really hard to shop for because there's no cell signal in there. Last time I tried to do a 15 or 17 item order and I wasn't able to message the customer because they didn't have Wi-Fi available and I didn't have cell signal in there with Verizon and AT&T. So I think Walgreens just has like steel walls. I don't know what they do with their stores. But yeah, $9.75 to shop for. That's not even $1 an item, even if I wanted to take it. If it's one item, like 11 of them, like that's fine. But if it's 11 different items, I'm not gonna take that. I've tried to do many shops at that Walgreens, and I just don't have cell signal, and they don't have Wi-Fi in the store. So if something's missing, it's really hard to. It's almost impossible to do substitutions. No cell signal. Plus, I can't even scan the items in there. I would have to. Wow, man, look at this trash. 2 items. Is it going to the same customer? Yeah, it is. Where's it going to? A college student? Looks like it. Yeah, it's in the college. It's next to the university. 2 orders. Neither of these have a tip. Tacos and 7-Eleven. It's a double dash. Going to the same customer. $8.25. They can go get it themselves. What's with the entitlement of like people feeling like they can get delivery and not tip? I think I'm gonna take this one. This looks like a big order. $21.75 for 9 miles. This is like it's going to. I like the drop off. It's going to a good area. It's taking me out of my zone, but it's not super busy right now. So, plus this restaurant, there's always a long wait. Full wrap, 8 back ribs and meat to combo. Damn, this is a good order. This is at least $100 order. It's from a barbecue restaurant. That's pretty popular here. $113 order. Let's see if they tipped 20%. All right, guys, we have an order. 9 miles for $21.75. It fits in that $2.50 per mile ratio that I was telling you guys about. So I think this banger territory. It's potential banger. We'll see. And it gives me time to finish the stream with you guys. I think I missed a comment. Brennan says when in doubt, sanitize. Yeah. I almost do it without thinking now. It's kind of scary. Yeah, I use the good kind of hand sanitizer. The one that has like a moisturizer in there so it doesn't crack my skin too much. Come on, bro, get off your phone and make the turn. I can see from his side mirror he's looking down on his phone and there's no car in front of him. What do you guys think? What do you think that, how do you think our generation compares to our parents' generation or even our the future generations? Because this whole notion like, oh, your generation had it harder than mine is BS in my opinion. The reason why I like doing these lives instead of, just me holding up a camera to my face and doing these videos, because I can get comments and feedback from you guys, because yeah, it's just me rambling, but I also want to get your guys' feedback as well. If you think about our ancestors, they had to hunt for food. Science wasn't or science and health science, I guess, wasn't as advanced as it is now. So they had a very short lifespan. They could eat, some of the animals that they killed, those animals could have been sick and they could have eaten it and then died as well. So they had short lifespans. Nowadays we have more advanced medicine, more advanced health science. So that's a pro, obviously. But what's the con is that, we have, well, here in LA, even small studios are going for $2,000 a month. Our ancestors didn't have to worry about rent. They didn't have to worry about car insurance. They didn't have to worry about car payments. They didn't have to worry about cell phone bills. All they had to do was, basically eat and keep themselves warm and, prepare to fight against any invasions. They had a pretty simple life, but life wasn't, it was shorter. So again, each generation has its pros and cons. What do you guys think? Also, for me, for my generation, I just want to say that it's possible to get out of debt. It's going to be easy? No. Is it possible? Yes, it's very possible. You just got to live super cheaply. Whether you're couch surfing, living in your car, assuming that, it's not a risk to your health, to your safety. Because some areas can get really cold, depending on which part of the country you're in. In LA, we've been hitting like mid 40s at night. But, some people do it. But basically, live as cheaply as possible and work as many jobs as you can, make as much money as you can, and you can get out of debt instead of playing the victim card. That's my advice to my generation. And also, don't say that, our generation has it worse than our parents' generation. Our parents' generation and their parents' generation, those parents' generation, they've all had their, their benefits and their challenges. Just gotta stop living with the victim mentality and do something to improve your life, because we only get one life, and in time, our life isn't as long as as we think it is. Because when we're in our 20s, we're like, let's retire at 5, 70, 80. And I think a lot of people during the pandemic, they realized that not everyone eats, because they saw their friends, their families their family members, their loved ones, their coworkers, their people in their lives pass away from this stupid virus. I think that was a huge shift in mentality when it comes to our generation. And I think that's the reason why people started valuing their time and their experience over money. And I think that's the reason why we're seeing so many people do gig work. It's something that our parents didn't have. They, have to get by, or they have to work at the new job. They didn't have the flexibility and freedom of gig work. So they might have made more money than we did, but also at the same time, they weren't able to spend as much time with their friends and their family and loved ones as they would have liked. So again, pros and cons. Sorry, I wasn't able to use both hands. I was trying to do like the pros and cons. My other hand was on the steering wheel. This run gets pretty busy, and it's Saturday, but it's right before peak dinner time, so I should be able to pick it up. It might be ready, depending on what time. Oh, 4:11 is the wait time or pickup time now. I'll still go in there and check. And also, let's stop blaming the previous generations for not, if your family doesn't own a home, let's stop blaming them for not having a paid off house or whatever. Does it suck? Yes, but is it the end of the world? No. You can always make enough or move somewhere else that's cheaper to own a home. It's become a lot harder to buy a house in more expensive areas like California, Florida, even Texas is getting more expensive than it was before. You just have to adjust. And I think that